Hi, KOIN 6 meteorologist Josh Kozar live in the KOIN NOW studio where we have a lot of breaking news as far as the brush fire that is currently burning just outside of the Lee Falls area. This is just to the west of a lake called Hagg Lake, if you're familiar with it, in Washington County. That's where we are currently seeing a brush fire rapidly growing across our area. Of course, we're already starting to get some of those images into the KOIN NOW studio. Here they are, really impressive stuff. Fire crews really trying to get the upper hand on this, as well as we continue to see wildfire season ramp up here across the Pacific Northwest. Not necessarily a sight that we liked to see, starting up as the hot and dry conditions once again build across our region. So again, thank you for joining us for this KOIN NOW special edition. We are also live right now on KOIN 6 News over on Channel 6. That's where we are getting the latest updates. We're going to give you a little bit of a recap, and we are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube and TikTok, and also over at KOIN.com. We also have the latest information on those evacuation orders that are currently in place. So a lot of different avenues to get all of this latest information. Again, a brush fire starting earlier today. It's called the Lee Falls Brush Fire. It's located just to the west of Hagg Lake. And of course, you might be familiar with that because we've been talking about deaths happening, unfortunately, with drowning situations. Again, you can find that information over at KOIN.com. So I want to go ahead and first bring in our very own Ariel Yakabazi, and she's been covering this. She just arrived on the scene. This was from moments ago, where she continues to have the latest reports and updates. And we will go ahead and bring her.
Yeah, hey guys, we don't know too much as of right now. We actually just got to the scene. There's actually some roadblocks behind me. We're at Old Highway 47 in Scoggins Road. Just take a look right here. You can see people are still going towards the fire, which is likely something that you will not want to do. And if you look to your right, you can actually kind of see the remnants of a column of smoke. But again, we have better video for that. Just take a look at your screen right now. What I can tell you about this, it's the Lee Falls Road Fire, and it started at about 11 this morning, and it's fueled by brush, grass, and a few trees, according to the Washington County Sheriff's Office. At last check, the fire is at about 100 acres, and it's growing. So there are crews from every Washington County Fire Department and some from Yamhill to help battle these blazes. The thing with this fire is it could impact several homes in the area. That's forcing some level 3 go now evacuations that are now in place for Southwest Oak and Southwest Nixon, and the level 1 be ready evac order applies to areas between Southwest Sane Creek Road and Southwest Lee Falls Road. And Hagg Lake is also closed for planes to access the water and to help extinguish the fire. Now, a couple of other closures for you. Mount Richmond Road is also closed south of South Road, and Lee Road is closed between Patton Valley Road and Roberts Road. So you're going to want to find a different way through the area. And again, if you are in that level 3 go now evacuation area for Southwest Oak and Southwest Nixon, that's exactly what it means. Go now, have your go bags ready, and all of that. Now, we're told that the Scoggins Valley Church is being opened in just a few minutes for people who need to escape, or an evac center if you are in need of that. So that'll be open in the next few minutes. And we just got to the scene, and this is a quickly developing situation, but we'll be sure to check back in here at 5 o'clock and at 6 o'clock, and we'll have much more details coming up tonight on KOIN 6, 10, and 11. Back to you guys in studio.
And of course, that was Ariel Yakabazi again reporting out near the flames, and we can really kind of break down exactly where this fire is currently burning. You can see with the image to the side of me that we are seeing the fire burning again just to the west of the Hagg Lake area. So this is a little bit further west of the Hillsborough location. So not impacting Hillsborough whatsoever, but it is in Washington County, again, near Hagg Lake. And we'll go ahead and kind of zoom in and give you a better picture of exactly what's happening. The winds right now are primarily out of the north. So the winds, when we were talking about wildfires, that's kind of the driving factor in potentially pushing those fires in new directions. So with a northerly wind, that would definitely have the influence to push that wildfire just a little bit further to the south, along with all of the wildfire smoke. It's hard to actually make out a lot of that smoke right now because we are so smoky from so many different fires burning here across the Pacific Northwest. But it's hot out there also, so that's helping to dry out a lot of the vegetation, in addition to the dry conditions we have already been experiencing. So 94 degrees out towards Hillsboro. Again, there are level 3 go now evacuations in place for this brush fire. You can see some of the images below me of the smoke billowing up pretty much from the Hagg Lake area. This coming in from the Washington County Sheriff's Office. So you can, of course, get the latest information on those evacuation zones right now at KOIN.com. Again, I want to talk about those winds. This is where they're expecting to transition ever so slightly. Right now, out of the north, anywhere from about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then they transition and they move from west to east. This will be good news because it would potentially push the fire closer to the lake, helping fire crews kind of get the upper hand on it. In addition to that, with those westerly winds, that is a good influence for helping clear out the wildfire smoke that's already polluting the skies up and down the I-5 corridor, but then also potentially helping to remove a lot of that smoke and also potentially help increase the relative humidity values. So that would in turn help fire crews, again, kind of get the upper hand on this blaze. As we are currently looking out towards the Forest Grove area, this is our closest camera, thanks to Explorer Tualatin Valley, to the fire. Of course, it's just kind of smoky, hot, and hazy. Forest Grove temperatures right now at about 94 degrees, winds out the north at about 3 or so. So this is going to continue to be an ongoing situation where we keep a close eye. Again, Forest Grove, nowhere near the fire, but this is the closest camera we have to kind of give you a live, better idea of exactly what is going on. Now, as far as our fire weather danger goes, we got about a level 2 on the dial. As we zoom into the area, that's where we still hold on to that potential. But a fire's already started. It's already spreading due to those hot and dry conditions that we've been experiencing. So again, something that you need to be cautious about. Again, feel free to share this with any family members who might be out in Washington County. You can hit the share button here on Facebook, YouTube as well by copying the link, and we're also live here on TikTok. Feel free to ask any questions, have comments, concerns. That way we can continue this conversation and make sure that everybody is up to date on the latest and the latest. Right now, we are live on KOIN 6 News on television. That's where you can watch us on Channel 6. We're live all the way through 6:30 again at 10 and 11. 10 o'clock will be on the CW channel, and then 11 o'clock again on KOIN 6. But we are live right now on the internet, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. So have the interaction with us. We'd like to give you the latest updates and information on this changing weather pattern as the KOIN 6 weather alert still remains in place. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go back to the top of my show, give us a little bit of a debrief of exactly what is happening in our area. We'll take a live look right now, I believe, out over the Vancouver waterfront. We are currently seeing our air quality here in the city of Portland and parts of Vancouver at a count of about 84. That puts us in the moderate level. So still suffering with the air quality across much of the Pacific Northwest. Has the potential to fall back to the unhealthy for sensitive groups area, especially when those cooler overnight lows come in. That has the potential to kind of push some of the particulates closer to the surface, decreasing our air quality in addition to the high heat that we've been experiencing. It kind of mixes in with the ozone. It fires up the pollutants that are being put out into the atmosphere as well. So less than ideal amount to be spending any time outside. And you can see, already parts of Marion County falling back into that unhealthy for sensitive groups area. That's all due to a fire burning just outside of the Mount Adams area. It started by lightning not too long ago, several days ago, of course, and all of that wildfire smoke now moving from the north to the south, and that just so happens to end up right here in the Willamette Valley. So that is why we are keeping a very close eye on that situation in much of the state, falling back to the moderate, if not in the unhealthy for sensitive groups, and even hazardous conditions out towards far western sections of Idaho as well. So something we are keeping a very close eye on here across the Pacific Northwest is not only us here in Western Oregon and Southwest Washington, but much of our area is still dealing with the wildfire smoke. The good news is there is improvement with the air quality, expecting it to clear out through the I-5 corridor. The caveat is if we start seeing a lot of smoke being produced by the fire, the Lee Falls brush fire that is out towards Washington County, with that wind directional change, that would funnel all of the wildfire smoke again back into the Portland area as we work our way through the next 24 hours or so. Let's hope that fire crews can get the upper hand on this blaze before that smoke becomes an issue, and then that would kind of change the whole setup of what we're talking about with our clearing conditions. So again, the headlines that the poor air quality does remain just that, on the poor side of things. And we'll again show you some of the images of fire crews trying to fight the blaze that is currently happening out towards Washington County, just to the west of the Hagg Lake area. This is called the Lee Falls Brush Fire, and there are level 3 go now evacuations underway in some of those locations. Again, just a better idea of exactly where that fire is located, if my computer will cooperate with me here. Just to give you a visual map indication of where it is. There's Portland, currently at 96 degrees, 94 in Hillsborough, so the high heat not helping the situation for us. And we are seeing those winds primarily out of the north. If you're just now joining us, that's where we continue to see the potential for the fire to move from the north to the south in Washington County, again, just to the west of Hagg Lake. And those winds, we are expecting to see them pick up slightly, but out of the west, nearing about 15 miles per hour by about 8 o'clock tonight. This is what fire crews really like to look at very closely to potentially see where that fire might be moving within the next several hours. So they're going to try to set up a perimeter to the south, to the west, although Hagg Lake is going to be a good natural barrier to potentially stop the fire from pushing its way further to the east in Washington County. So again, the very close eye on this whole situation, as it has the potential to develop quite rapidly. Again, as wildfire smoke continues to pollute our skies. If you're just now joining us either on this Facebook Live or also over on any of our streaming networks, YouTube, TikTok, KOIN.com as well, I want to go ahead and give you the latest update from Ariel Yakabazi, who's just on the scene about 30 minutes to 45 minutes ago. We'll take another closer look at her report.
Yeah, hey guys, we don't know too much as of right now. We actually just got to the scene. There's actually some roadblocks behind me. We're at Old Highway 47 in Scoggins Road. Just take a look right here. You can see people are still going towards the fire, which is likely something that you will not want to do. And if you look to your right, you can actually kind of see the remnants of a column of smoke. But again, we have better video for that. Just take a look at your screen right now. What I can tell you about this, it's the Lee Falls Road Fire, and it started at about 11 this morning, and it's fueled by brush, grass, and a few trees, according to the Washington County Sheriff's Office. At last check, the fire is at about 100 acres, and it's growing. So there are crews from every Washington County Fire Department and some from Yamhill to help battle these blazes. The thing with this fire is it could impact several homes in the area. That's forcing some level 3 go now evacuations that are now in place for Southwest Oak and Southwest Nixon, and the level 1 be ready evac order applies to areas between Southwest Sane Creek Road and Southwest Lee Falls Road. And Hagg Lake is also closed for planes to access the water and to help extinguish the fire. Now, a couple of other closures for you. Mount Richmond Road is also closed south of South Road, and Lee Road is closed between Patton Valley Road and Roberts Road. So you're going to want to find a different way through the area. And again, if you are in that level 3 go now evacuation area for Southwest Oak and Southwest Nixon, that's exactly what it means. Go now, have your go bags ready, and all of that. Now, we're told that the Scoggins Valley Church is being opened in just a few minutes for people who need to escape, or an evac center if you are in need of that. So that'll be open in the next few minutes. And we just got to the scene, and this is a quickly developing situation, but we'll be sure to check back in here at 5 o'clock and at 6 o'clock, and we'll have much more details coming up tonight on KOIN 6, 10, and 11. Back to you guys in studio.
And of course, that was the latest update from about 30 to 40 minutes ago. Of course, you can see Ariel Yakabazi's reporting live on air on KOIN News right now. We are live on television, but also live right here in the KOIN Now studio. And I want to show you, because I was reading through some of the Facebook messages, people asking, Lisa was asking, how far away is the fire from Gaston? Great question. Gaston, well far enough to the east, not in the evacuation area. Yes, you are in Washington County, you're along the highway, but this fire is going to be closer to about the Cherry Grove area, a little bit further to the north of that. Again, this is just west of Hagg Lake. Gaston is going to be far to the east. So you are definitely in the clear, but of course stay up to date as this is impacting all of Washington County. But those level 3 Go Now evacuations, not for your area. No need to have cause for concern right now. And Chief Meteorologist Natasha Stenbach, she just ran in here and told me that we are able to get some visuals from the Tualatin Valley camera. I'm just trying to find that here real quick for all of us to take a better look of those smoky conditions that are currently visible out towards the Forest Grove area. Again, Forest Grove not in the direct path of this. There you go. There's the image. I'll go ahead and take that full force so you can actually see the fire in full as it's starting to pollute the skies. Again, this is a live look from the Forest Grove area from our Tualatin Valley camera. Explore Tualatin Valley. This is a live look at the smoky conditions that we are currently seeing just on the other side of that hillside. Of course, this is impacting just towards the Hagg Lake area. It's called the Lee Falls Brush Fire. Level 3 evacuation. Go Now is currently in effect for some locations. You can find that exact spot right now at KOIN.com. I'm just reading a few more of your other comments here on Facebook. Brandon says, hi from Northeast Portland, Coley, Oregon, smoky skies. Unfortunately, that's the story across our areas. We continue to see those smoky conditions up and down the I-5 corridor, much of Northwest Oregon, Southwest Washington.